All right, so today we are going to be working on problem solving and writing to explain. Now, whenever we have a word problem, we need to keep in mind that we are going to use that RDW process, the read, draw, write process. First, when we read the problem, we are going to be also doing these three things. We are going to be underlining the question, bracket the important information, and circle the verb and key words. Meanwhile, we will always go back and reread when we need to. After we do that, we will draw and model, label. We will write a number sentence, that's our equation, and we will also write a word sentence. That's where the explaining comes into play. So we're going to read this problem, do our RDW, and then solve it. Lily is creating bags for her birthday party. Each bag has 7 goodies. Create a table to show how many goodies are needed for her 7 guests. Describe the pattern. All right, so I read the problem. I need to underline the question. I don't exactly see a question in there. I don't see a question mark, but I do see it says to create a table to show how many goodies are needed for her 7 guests. So actually there is a question embedded in there, how many goodies? So I'm trying to solve how many goodies she's going to need for her 7 guests. So I've underlined my question. What about bracket the important information? I know that each bag has 7 goodies. I included the each bag because that each tells me one bag has 7 goodies. All right, I'm actually just going to write that down here for my knowledge. One bag equals 7 goodies. Okay. Keep going. Create a table to show how many goodies are needed for her 7 guests. She's going to have 7 guests. So at her party, 7 guests. There's more information that I know. I'm just basically pulling out that information and writing it down for me. So I have it. It's a little easier to see down here. So she has 7 guests at her party. I would assume that each guest gets 1 bag. It doesn't say, but that would be my assumption. Because she's creating bags for her birthday party, and each bag has 7 goodies, and she's going to have 7 guests. Yeah, I would think so. Now I need to circle any more key words or verbs. I see describe. Because I see describe, I know I'm going to have an explanation in there. I'm going to have to use words to talk about my math. I also see create. I need to create a table. All right, a table. The table is rows and columns. That's a table. So this table, what will it include? It's probably going to include my number of goodies and the number of guests. So my number of goodies and my number of guests in my table. So I've got a table here made up of my rows and my columns. So 1 guest would get how many goodies? 7. 2 guests would get, how many goodies would she need? She's going to need 14 goodies for those 2 guests. 3 guests, how many will she need? 21. 4 guests, how many will she need? 28. Are you guys seeing the pattern so far? Are you able to describe the pattern yet? What's happening? Every time 1 more guest gets added, the goodies increase by how many? So from 1 guest to 2 guests, how many more goodies did she need? She needed 7 more. To get from 2 guests to 3 guests, how many did she need more? 7 more. So how could we describe this pattern? For every guest added, Lily needs 7 more goodies. And how would I describe that pattern? What are these? 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49. What are those called? I'm skip counting by 7s. 7 times 1, 7 times 2, 7 times 3, 7 times 4, 7 times 5. What are those called? The multiples of 7. So the pattern is the multiples. Oh, it's what's increasing by the multiples of 7. So the pattern is the number of goodies increases by the multiples of 7. So the multiples of anything are the number multiplied by 1, by 2, by 3, by 4. So the first multiple of 7 is 1 times 7. Second multiple of 7, 2 times 7. Third multiple of 7, 3 times 7. Fourth multiple, 4 times 7. And it goes on. All right, let's see if we've answered all the questions. Create a table to show how many goodies are needed for her 7 guests. I have up to 7 guests, and she needs 49. I did it. Did I describe the pattern? For every guest added, Lily needs 7 more goodies. Pattern is the number of goodies increases by the multiples of 7. I sure did. And if I wanted to get really thorough, even though the problem didn't ask for it, I can say Lily needs 49 goodies for her 7 guests, because the table solved that.